Have you ever thought about how strange it is that we accept our bodies exactly as they are? If your eyesight gets worse, you wear glasses. If your heart fails, doctors replace valves. If a disease appears, scientists search for a cure. We've always used technology to help our biology. But what happens when helping isn't enough anymore? What happens when we stop fixing the human body and start upgrading it? Because sooner or later, someone is going to ask a question that's surprisingly difficult to answer. If you could become healthier, stronger, smarter, or even live longer, why wouldn't you? And maybe that's where things start to get complicated, because improvements don't feel dangerous, they feel useful. Until one day, without some dramatic moment, without anybody intending to, we realize something strange. Biology isn't simply natural anymore. And that's when a much bigger question appears. Have we already gone too far? When biology stops being natural, the future of life itself starts looking very different. At first, it doesn't feel like anything unusual. It starts in places that already exist today. A clinic visit, a medical procedure, a simple option presented to you like any other form of treatment. You're not changing who you are, you're just improving something that isn't working perfectly. Better vision, stronger immunity, faster recovery. Nothing extreme, nothing unnatural on the surface, just small adjustments to make life easier. And most people don't hesitate, because why would they? If something in your body can be improved safely, choosing not to feels like ignoring progress. That's how it begins. Not with transformation, but with convenience, one improvement at a time. A slightly better version of yourself, a body that performs a little more efficiently, a mind that feels a bit sharper. And at first, everything still feels completely human, familiar, normal, acceptable. But something subtle starts to shift, not in the body itself, but in how people begin to think about it. Because once improvements become possible, the question quietly changes. It's no longer, what's wrong with me? It becomes, what else could be better? And that's where the idea of a natural body slowly starts to lose its meaning. Not suddenly, not dramatically, just quietly enough that nobody notices the exact moment it begins. At first, these upgrades are optional, something people choose privately, something personal. But that doesn't last long, because once a better version of something exists, people start noticing who doesn't have it. It begins in small ways. In conversations, in workplaces, in everyday comparisons that nobody openly admits to making. One person heals faster from illness, another learns skills quicker than expected. Someone else seems to handle stress more efficiently. Nothing dramatic, just subtle differences. But in a world where improvement is possible, subtle differences start to matter more than they used to. And slowly, the idea of natural begins to feel outdated. Not wrong, just behind. Employers begin to prefer upgraded candidates, not because they say it openly, but because performance quietly shifts expectations. Parents start wondering if they should consider enhancements earlier in life, not to change who their children are, but to avoid disadvantages later. And without anyone deciding it formally, a new pressure begins to form. If you can improve yourself, choosing not to starts to look like a limitation, not a choice, a risk. And that's when something important changes in society. Upgrades stop feeling like personal decisions and start feeling like something you're expected to keep up with. Because once improvement becomes common, staying unchanged doesn't feel neutral anymore. It feels like falling behind.